Both Flexi and multi-cap mutual funds invest across companies of different sizes, large,
Yes.
mid and small, yet they are not the same. So could you illustrate what is the difference between the two?
Yes. These are two different kind of diversified equity funds. One is Flexi Cap, where the fund manager has absolute discretion, and he can choose to invest as much as he wants to, depending on his outlook for various segments. But most of them actually end up being primarily driven by their compulsion, which is they can be investing any part of their money in large cap, mid cap, or small cap. Whereas in the multi-cap fund, what was erstwhile the multi-cap fund, it is mandated by the regulators in the classification system that 25% of the money must be invested in large cap, mid cap, and small cap respectively, and the discretion is only with the remaining 25%. So the multi-cap fund will always remain. Will have meaningful exposure to large, mid, and small. Whereas the flexi cap funds, as they get bigger, the fund manager gets tilted heavily towards large cap and mid cap and large and mid cap, and the small cap allocation comes down because it simply becomes very cumbersome and less meaningful and very cumbersome to have a large small cap portfolio in their otherwise very large one. Okay, Rajesh, one more thing which I missed on answering in one of the earlier questions, which was Pradhan Mantri Vay Bandhana Yojana, the pension plan. And I think the primary question which I did not answer was that what is the return on this and how often you get the return. The return is 7.4%. The term is 10 years, and my understanding is that 7.4% return per annum, which is paid monthly.
Okay. So coming back to Flexi and multi-cap funds, which one to choose out of these two for maximum benefits?
I would say that there is something called a winner's curse with mutual funds. When a Flexi cap fund does well, people invest more money, and as people invest more money, it gets bigger. It becomes difficult for them to be investing meaningfully in small cap and mid cap, and the fund naturally tends to get tilted towards large cap. And then in the large cap, beating an index is a tough game because the index fund option that investors have has low cost, and so that is where the indexing case emerges. So I would say that multi-cap funds where there is a frozen allocation, must have allocation to large, mid, and small, is making a case for itself in terms of having a definite exposure to all the things.